A very competitive person by nature, and that's why this 4-0 scoreline will hurt a little bit, but he'll be happy with the second half performance that his team under his stewardship has put up in the second half. So 5 minutes of regulation time left. It's more of a case of just waiting for the final rites. Contento. Pranjic. Alaba. Schweinsteiger on to Ribery. Can Bayern add a fifth or perhaps even more goals? Well, they certainly came out with a thunderous first half performance, but the second half has been a lot more balanced in terms of both exchanges as well as chances. This comes through for Ribery. Cutting it through, looking for Schweinsteiger, but a crucial intervention coming in from Baldeep Singh. Now this is Sheikh Jewel Raja on to Climax Lawrence. Trying to find Sabith up front. Handball there from Sheikh Jewel Raja, similar to what happened in the first half as well. This is another trademark Baichung moment. When he comes off the pitch, his mind is still usually on the pitch. And he keeps at it, he keeps talking on, he keeps passing encouraging words on. Well, just to remind everybody that this is not the end of his domestic football career, because he intends to carry on for a little while yet with United Sikkim, the club that he has helped create and promote. Indeed, he played as a defender last year for the United Sikkim club in the second division, the League 2. And he intends to take them to the top division in the near future. And that will be his immediate assignment. With many options open for him, many think that he'll make a very good administrator, but I wonder what the man himself would think about all of that. Climax Lawrence. Sheikh Jewel Raja. Sabith does well to hold off a tackle. Ralte. The perfect icing on the cake, especially from the Indian perspective, will be to find at least one goal here for this evening. They have worked hard in the second half, but just not constructively enough. And more often than not, Neuer has been just coming in and cleaning up rather than coming up with any substantial saves. Sabith. Now, can Jewel Raja come up with a good enough cross from this angle? He will be forced to take it to his right foot, and that is where he lost out crucial time, because initially itself, Contento had read that to perfection. He knew that there was a likelihood that this man to his in front of him, Sheikh Jewel Raja, was going to line it up on his right. India effecting another change. Samir Naik is coming on in place of Nirmal Chetri. Nirmal Chetri with a bit of a mixed outing. He had a first half where there were a few errors and a few lapses in concentration, but a second half where he Badstuber. Schweinsteiger. Long ball aimed for Robben, but first across to it was Said Rahim Nabi. Goes out for a throw-in for the Germans. That's a clever bit of work and could be the first goal. Indeed it is. The last touch coming in from Mario Gomez. And well, finally the persistence of Bayern Munich paying off, but the Indian defense will ask some questions of themselves, that wasn't the most dangerous of balls, and it was just a little bit of laxity in defense which let them down there. Thomas Muller cutting it back in, and just a gentle touch from Mario Gomez. That's all it took. And that's what it takes for India to go down by 1 goal in the 14th minute in this particular match. making their possession count for something as early as the first quarter of an hour. It will be an uphill task for the Indians from here on in. They haven't been able to function too well as a team thus far. Rafinha, Boateng, Badstuber, Lam, back with Holger Badstuber, the 22-year-old free kick specialist, considered one of the best left-sided defenders in the German game by many experts. Just unable to control that one. Good numbers, and no doubt a lot of that has to do with the fact that this is the farewell match for Bayern Munich. But it must be said, Delhi of late has been quite a happy hunting ground for the Indian team. They've always got some good support. Memorable victories at the Nehru Cups in 2007, 2009, the AFC Challenge Cup final victory in 2008. Of course, all of those matches, including the 2-all against UAE in the home leg of the pre-World Cup qualifying in 2011. All of them coming at the Ambedkar Stadium, but the Nehru Stadium also proving to be a happy hunting ground with the SAF Championship recently. Now possession for the Indians. It's Gauramangi Singh, the 25-year-old from Manipur. Through on to Baichung. Mashum quickly realized that he was just running into a position where there were too many red shirts around him and eventually giving the ball away. That'll be disappointing because for once they had possession and looked like they were in a position to build on something. One man who will be disappointed at missing out today. A man expected to perhaps take over from Baichung in the years to come. Many congratulations, of course, to Sunil Chhetri. He is, of course, the AIFF Player of the Year for 2011. Had a very, very successful year. Started by scoring 2 goals in India's AFC Asian Cup campaign, thus becoming the first man since Inder Singh back in 1964 to do so. And finished it off by being the top goal scorer and the most valuable player of this SAF Championship. Now, Arjen Robben through here for Thomas Muller. He's got Gomez inside the box, but first to it was Gauramangi Singh's chest, in a manner of speaking. Back with Bayern possession, just at the edge of the box. Schweinsteiger, Lam. Long-range attempt coming in. Bit of a mini clearance picked up here in midfield. The Indians just looking to get that ball away. Baichung once again at the center of things. But this has been the problem. They've not been able to string together good enough sequence of passes in this match thus far. Now the edge of the box, once again a delightful ball. It's a chance for Thomas Muller, just toying with the Indian defense. Rafinha back with Muller, going in for a shot, but Williams bit of defending from Rakesh Masi, getting his foot in when he needed to. Muller turns this one in. A good job of persisting with him, the Indian defense, and eventually going out for a goal kick, which will be the responsibility of Shubhashish, one would imagine. It's been a good evening of football at the Audi Football Summit here at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium. We expected it to be a feast of football. It has exactly turned out to be that. Savio Madeira would have been under no illusions about the chances of his Indian team against Bayern Munich. Indeed, I believe his exact words were that there is no comparing India and Bayern Munich. But he'll be quite happy with the spirit shown by his boys, particularly in the second half. After having gone down 4-0, it would have been quite easy for them to have just laid down their arms. But I It's been a lot more positive in the second half, fighting away. Olic. Usami looking to find Ribery. Long range attempt, but straight at Ashish. No problems at all. The first chance in a long time which has fallen for any of the Bayern Munich players. This time around it was Daniel Pjanic. But one thing's for sure, this man has had a good second half. This wasn't the toughest of the saves, but he's effected 2 excellent saves in this match. 10 shots on target as against none against for the Indians. That just underlines the supremacy of the midfields, in my opinion. Bayern Munich certainly keeping possession much better, keeping their passes going. Now this could be an opportunity. Sheikh Jewel Raja goes in with a shot. It's the first attempt on goal, if one can call it that, but it was rather hopeful in the end. I suspect he had a little bit more time than what he feared initially, and that's why perhaps just a little bit of hasty decision to go in for that shot. Now Franck Ribery, edge of the box. He's the kind of player who will want to leave his signature at the end of this match. Oh, and a shot which rattles the net, but from the side from Takashi Usami. Young Japanese player, definitely looking quite impressive in his little stint here. Just 19 years of age, one of the few teenagers on the pitch.